Good evening, everyone. I am back for another video. I do apologize for the lighting. Let me just change and see if this may help. I'm on my phone right now. No, that's not better. So let me just... So I just wanted to have a little bit of a sit-down video. If you've watched previous videos, I have mentioned a talk about postpartum depression. And so that is the reason for this video, as you see by the topic. I do have my daughter here. Just a second, she just spit up. All right. So we have her right here with me. So first off, I just want to say thank you again for joining in. If you're not watching this live, that's fine. If you're joining us during live, that's great. And if you're watching this after, I do appreciate all the support that you've given. The channel has grown quite a bit. I'm trying to stay pretty active, at least posting once a week, which I've been pretty successful with. And then there are some times where I've posted more than that. Basically, the reason that I haven't posted as much as I would have liked to is at this point in time, I'm currently trying to figure out which camera or GoPro that we would like to get to invest in and to bringing with our daily lives. And so we're kind of doing some research and seeing what product will work best for us. And then we will be getting more vlogs up. So currently I'm just recording on my phone. It doesn't seem like the best quality right now. It is an iPhone, and I mean it's the 6, I believe, or the 6S, I don't remember. I think it's just 6, but the reason that I don't mainly record actual day-to-day videos on this is just because I don't have enough space. And so it's very difficult. I have to take like multiple clips to combine and then transfer them to my computer and go from there to make a solid video. So it's been a little bit difficult. So that's why I've been, as you notice, the last few videos have been just live videos, and then I just post them up. So I'm going to get right through to the topic of this video. So it's postpartum depression. So as some of you may know, this is my 4th child that I have here, our youngest. And if not, you can go back and see in the pregnancy videos or even in the about section of our channel. So currently our older boys, so we have 3 boys and then our daughter here, which is the youngest. Our boys are ages now 5. One just turned 5, so 5, 4, and then we have one that's 20 months old, and then we have our daughter here, which is 3 months old. And so our life is pretty busy, and I've never, to be honest, after having each and every one of them, I've maybe experienced a little bit of baby blues in the early weeks after delivering. However, I've never experienced a full onset of postpartum depression. And I did experience, however, a little bit of postpartum depression after our first stillbirth that we've experienced in January of 2011. There is a video specifically on that, so if you go in the playlist, you will see that. Maya here, our youngest daughter, was my 9th pregnancy, so we have 4 children and we had 5 losses. So that's just to say every pregnancy is different. How you cope with every loss is different. And so I'm falling back on the topic. So basically, if you look back at the video that I made of after having our daughter, we were in the hospital for 1 week with her, and it was just basically she was born at 36 weeks 2 days. She was a bit premature, and she did have to develop a little bit more, maintain her oxygen, her temperature, just basic things, her feeding that we had to work on before the doctors felt comfortable to release us to come home. So when we got home, or I should say when I was in the hospital, I was having bouts of where I would, cry on and off, and I just wanted to get out of the hospital and be home. And I honestly felt like it was just because nobody likes to be in a hospital, and I'm used to being very busy, especially with the 3 other boys that I was with all the time. So being in the hospital and contained in one little private room was very difficult for me, just because I just had a baby who basically was eating, sleeping, changing diaper, and repeat. And so I found it a little bit difficult. I didn't know what to do with myself. Of course, I had my phone. I was watching, binge watching Netflix movies, but I'm not a person who just likes to sit down and watch shows. And so I do watch some series, but it's not where I sit down and watch tons of them at a time. And then I had my boys come visit once in a while, my parents come visit. So but it was just very short visits. Again, having the kids at the hospital is hard. For one, I didn't want to bring in too many germs with her being premature, and we were advised to, keep it on the low a little bit and not do too much handling with her just because she was still so small. So there was a lot of factors. So I found that first week really long, but then I thought it was maybe just the fact that I was in the hospital and a little bit of maybe baby blues because I had experienced that before. So I got back home from the hospital and I felt amazing. But then after a week or two, I started to feel a little slumped again. I was feeling a little more exhausted. Sorry, she just spit up again. That's what the mom life is all about. So when returning from the hospital, I was feeling um, better, and then all of a sudden started feeling like I was having a hard time dealing with stuff a little bit again. And so I thought, the big thing for me was maybe getting back into working out. I like to, just get on my treadmill and get a workout in, and I find that helps, one, relieve my stress, and two, just make me feel better overall. The thing was that I was having quite a bit of pain in my pelvic area after having her, and of course I was nursing, and so the doctor told me, give yourself a bit of time to heal. So I think I was given the okay. If I look back at one of my videos, I think I was given the okay around 5 to 6 weeks. I don't remember exactly. But once I started working out, I started feeling it slightly bit better, but then things just took, a little bit of a turn. I was starting to feel maybe a little overwhelmed with things, and I know that I can handle. It's not, my kids are young, but I can handle that. But I was just starting to feel a little overwhelmed, like I was crying a little bit more than usual. Um, I tend to have a little bit of anxiety since having kids, and I think, that has been stepped up a little bit more. And when I was feeling very stressed out, I also found myself having a difficulty getting, um, wanting to get out and do things with the family. And so there was a point in time where I just kind of broke down and I told my husband how I was feeling. And this is pretty recent, so within, I'd say, about a month or so, month and a half. And I told him that I had, when I felt very overwhelmed and stressed, that I had a little bit of crazy thoughts of, not that I think I would harm myself, but the thought had occurred to me. Um, and it's very scary because I had never dealt with these kind of emotions, or especially, I had dealt with postpartum depression before, but not to this severity. So it was kind of overwhelming for me. And you don't, I think, until you're really in the situation, you don't know how it is. Like, sure, you hear people say, talk to somebody. Why don't these people just talk to somebody? But it's not something when you're in this situation you want to talk about. You feel like how you're going to be judged. I'm not sure, but until you're in that situation, it's hard for somebody to say, you should have talked to somebody. So I did talk. The first person I talked to about it was my husband. And I don't think he really felt or had an idea that that's how I was feeling. Like, I really bottled it all in, and I tried to just hide that side or how severe it was. And so first I talked to my husband, and he told me that, maybe I should talk to my doctor about it. And so thankfully I have quite a good doctor that I can get a hold of pretty easily. And so what I did do is I contacted my doctor and I just advised him that this is how I had been feeling. I do not want to take any medication. I am an individual who doesn't really like medication, and even like for simple things, like if I have a severe headache, it takes everything in me to go take a Tylenol. I was dealing with very excruciating, 12 days of consistent contractions at the end with my daughter, and it took me quite a bit to finally cave in. And because my doctor had said, I can prescribe you medication that might help you, especially just at least to get a bit of rest at night. And so it took me everything in my power to tell him, okay, I cave in and I need some medication, you know? So I told my doctor I don't really want medication. Is there any suggestions that you can give me to help me with maybe seeing if I can get through this on my own? And so he has given me some suggestions. I'm still dealing with it. I haven't talked to my doctor again yet. I do go back in August for my daughter, and I'm hoping I can just hold off. I'm still dealing with it. I am still very well struggling. And it's hard because, aside from my doctor and my husband knowing, I only have a couple other people that know. And it's just not something I've been very open about. And so, one thing that I thought is just documenting my journey, because when I started this channel, I was very open about our losses, and my big thing was that if I could help just one person out there who's dealing with the same thing that I am, that would mean the world to me. And so at this time, I hear of people going through postpartum depression, and I've had friends of mine go through postpartum depression. Let me just get through better lighting here. Sorry, it's pretty late. It's 9:15, so I've had friends that have dealt with postpartum depression and whatnot, and I've never really understood how, how people cope with it. So this is where I am right now, and I'm in this situation where I am dealing with a postpartum depression. And it's very difficult. I'm not gonna lie. I struggle every single day. I've had extreme lack of energy. I'm usually one that gets up at 5, 6 in the morning with the children, and I have no problem doing so. However, lately I've been struggling. I have to. My older kids are up, and I can hear them. They come near. They come in the room and come out, and they're watching a bit of show, and I just need to lay down that little bit more. And so I've really been having a hard time. I've been crying constantly, on and off, on and off. It's been very difficult. Although, I still am very blessed to have my children. I still can, laugh with them, but I'm having a lot of difficulty, getting motivated and stuff. So, I hope you guys follow this journey. If you're somebody who's watching that has had or dealt with postpartum depression, kindly give me some tips that might help me get through it. Again, I'm here to just be as real as I can. This is real life situation that we're dealing with, and many moms do deal with that. So that's just something that I wanted to bring out today. So again, I do thank you for watching this video, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. I do have a lot more videos that I want to do, and again, I will be documenting my journey with this. I'm sure some people do have it more severe than I do, but I do feel like this is quite severe for me, just because it isn't a normal feeling, and this isn't something that I'm used to feeling myself. But I know I will get through. I have no doubt. I have great support around me. But again, I just want to thank you for watching this video, and we will be back hopefully soon enough with another video. I don't really have a regular uploading schedule right now, just because things have been so hectic, especially with how I've been feeling and the kids being off of school. But they are off school for about another month, and then they're back. But hopefully we will be, like I said, investing in some new product to get vlogging. So either a better camera, a GoPro, we aren't sure at this time. Again, we're still looking into that. So if you have any recommendations, we would love to hear it. And aside from that, I hope you all have a great evening, and talk to you guys soon. Bye.